All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So apparently, Sauce Gardner was on Good Morning Football on the NFL Network earlier on this morning, and when he was asked about Aaron Rodgers, he didn't deny anything. He, in fact, actually said that he knows a little something about something, but didn't really want to dive into it. So, of course, super cryptic here. We don't know exactly what he's talking about. And then quick shout out to Frank the Tank. He actually shared the video on Twitter. So good find by him. It wasn't like I was actually watching it, but he ended up sharing it. I'll leave the video link down below in the description box. But man, so Sauce Gardner says that he knows a little something about something with a smile on his face when talking about Aaron Rodgers. I'm just going to take a guess here. Could it be? Well, I mean, people have been saying it left and right? It's the worst kept secret in the NFL that the Jets are looking for a veteran quarterback, that they're targeting Aaron Rodgers, that he's the number one quarterback on their list. Everybody knows that at this point. But for Sauce to go out there and kind of hint at something like that, I would assume, like, this is just taking a guess here. Do the Jets and the Green Bay Packers have something worked out behind the scenes? The Senior Bowl just wrapped up. We know a couple weeks ago, Aaron Rodgers said in an interview that apparently there's discussions and like conversations happening without Aaron, which, would lead people to believe that the Green Bay Packers are obviously talking about the situation, trying to figure out what's next for not only just them, but for Aaron. And, with that question comes possible trade partners. So, of course, we have to look at the post-June or the pre-June, post-June dead cap hits with Green Bay, and there's a ton of different hurdles to clear, right? Rodgers has to decide to play football. He has to tell the Green Bay Packers, no, I don't want to play for you guys anymore. I want to be traded. If those two things happen, Green Bay would then look for a trade partner. But here's the thing. If the Jets, and maybe even other teams out there too, did Joe Douglas and Gutekunst accept a handshake deal to when, if Aaron comes back and whenever he's ready to make the decision and say, hey, you know what, I do want to play and I actually want to be traded, Green Bay's just like, great, we have all the details worked out, you're going to the Jets, right? Of course, Aaron would have to accept that. He would want to be down to go to New York because I know Rodgers doesn't have a no trade clause, but that's still a major factor because Rodgers, and we've said this in a bunch of videos here, he holds all the cards. With the amount of money on his contract and because of his age and because he's thinking about retirement, he's playing the situation really well to where he has full power. Green Bay is Green Bay's the party that's in between a rock and a hard place because Rodgers can sit there and say, I want to go wherever I want. If it's the Raiders, if it's the Jets, if it's whoever it is, the Titans. Apparently he's building a house in Tennessee. I don't know exactly where the city is. So I do think it would be smart, though, from Green Bay's perspective to try to iron out these things beforehand, because the last thing you want is to be shocked when in a week, in a month, in 2 months, whenever Aaron decides, whatever he wants to do with his future, whenever that day comes, you don't want to be blindsided. Right. So, look, it's still up in the air that Aaron will be traded, but it's a possibility. And as an NFL franchise, there's only 32 of them in the world. You have to be prepared for all realistic scenarios and situations. And this is very real. In fact, it kind of reminds me of the Tyreek Hill situation that happened a couple months ago, where the Jets had an offer on the table. The Dolphins had an offer on the table. The Chiefs basically accepted both. They were fine with both offers, and they told Tyreek, hey, we're good with both teams. We're good with both offers here. You're a great player. You've done so much for us, since really you've been here. Where do you want to go? We're going to trade you to the team that you want to go, and we're going to stick with that offer. Of course, ends up going to Miami. The rest is history. The Jets were left hanging at the altar. But the point is, everything picked up so quickly. I felt like the rumor, the things started heating up. The actual trade itself, all that stuff took place within like 2 hours. It's because the trade was already on the table. So maybe that's what Sauce is alluding to here. Maybe something has been worked out beforehand, right? Because, and the one thing that I just can't wrap my head around, there's a bunch of like reports from basically reports from Schefter, Rappaport, Tom Pelissero, guys like that. saying that like Rodgers to the Raiders is confirmed. Rodgers is going to the Jets for sure. He's going to be traded. He doesn't want to be in Green Bay. But then when you listen to Aaron Rodgers, in interviews on the McAfee show, on, the golf, during the golf tournament, it doesn't sound like he has his mind made up. So that's step one. Like, you would think, how do other people know where Aaron is going to go when he's not saying it himself? Because he is doing interviews, right? He's not keeping himself completely closed off here. I think we're just going to get the answer directly from Aaron, or news is going to break from one of these guys, Rappaport or Schefter, basically saying that, Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers have decided to X, right? Part ways, remain together for the next season. Aaron Rodgers decides to retire. I don't think that'll happen. But, with Aaron, you can never really be 100% sure. Super wishy-washy, 1 foot in, 1 foot out type of guy. So anyway, we'll see what happens. What does Sauce Gardner know? That's the big question. Again, if I had to take a guess, I would assume that the Jets and the Packers have I don't want to say completed a deal, because that just sounds like so official, but maybe there's something there. Maybe Green Bay told Joe Douglas, like, hey, we are interested in your specific player, or the 13th overall pick, something like that. Or they know that the Raiders won't trade their top 10 pick, whatever the case is. That's my guess. Because, again, everybody, I feel like, in the world knows that the Jets are going to be targeting Rodgers. So Sauce is alluding to something more than that. And if Rodgers doesn't know himself, like, how many other realistic possibilities are out there, in this weird gray area. But anyway, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. And as always, go Jets.